Maddie, again on our virtual studio here. So it's going to be a 3-part series, one for every trimester. Today we will be going through the first trimester. We are going to need a pillow or bolster, a blanket, and 2 or 3 blocks as needed. If you don't have blocks, you can just use books, or really books is the best thing to substitute for blocks. I usually recommend other props such as canned goods, but since we will be using these to prop ourselves up and support in restorative poses, you will need the broad support of a block. So if you don't have a block, go for the books. Hit the books. Okay, enough. Okay, so we will start. The most important thing in your first trimester, your energy is a little low, and you are, it's not that it's low, it's just all being used to generate a new human being and a new organ, your placenta. So that is why you feel super, super drained. It's not that you have low energy levels, it's just that it's all being used for a new purpose. So everything else that you're used to having energy for feels a little depleted. So obviously, as your healthcare provider will recommend, is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Get a lot of rest and move a lot. Actually, try not to sit too long. Try not to lay too long. It's just moving and walking, and as long as you're comfortable doing movement, whether it's whatever you're used to doing, whatever sport you're used to doing, you can continue to do it as long as your provider, your healthcare provider, is allowing you to and recommending that you do. If for some reason you are told not to, please listen to your doctor and physicians and to your body as well. So here we go. Starting on our mats, using a block or any type of other support, you can roll up a blanket or your towel. Just find a comfortable seated position. I like crisscross applesauce here. Like I said, your energy level is being rerouted. So close your eyes. Take a deep inhale, breathing in. Breathing out. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathing in, and breathing out. Place your hands on your belly. Very light pressure here. We're just sensing the energy flow through our body and the air as it goes in through our chest, ribs, and finally the belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in all the way to the top. Breathing out. Once again. Breathing in, breathing out. During your pregnancy, it's important that you don't hold your breath in any yoga classes, and just to be sure, I am not a certified trainer in any other sports or athletic competitive sports or anything like that, so check with your physician if there's a particular sport you want to continue to do. As far as yoga goes, holding your breath is not recommended during pregnancy, as it may disturb the oxygen flow in your body, thus the oxygen flow to your baby. Let her open those eyes, place your hands on your knees. We're gonna bring those shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Dropping the head to the right. Feel your breath come in and out. Bringing the head back up. and dropping it to the left. Breathing in and out. In and out. Taking the head back to neutral. Take a second, just keep your eyes closed here and listen to the sounds in your surrounding. Maybe you can hear a bird, or maybe the mailman, your postal server is driving by and you can hear their truck. Or your puppy is somewhere nearby and you can hear them walking around. Or hubby is, getting a drink in the kitchen. Just keep your eyes closed and listen for a second. For this practice, the intention that I'm going to follow is that during your first trimester, it's okay to not do everything. And it's okay to not do whatever you're doing at 100%, perfect, on spot. It's okay. You are already doing something unbelievable. One more inhale. And exhale. Remove the prop. Place it away from you. I'm going to go ahead, come into our seated position here. We're just going to drop to the forearms. Make sure you guys can see me here. Let me move my props. There you go. So just drop them to those forearms. Every mommy and every belly and every pregnancy is unique. So don't expect to look like anybody or feel like anybody tells you. It's all going to be your own unique story here. So as you were seeing, we're going to go ahead and windshield wipe the legs from left to right. Left to right. Now as you have your forearms here on the mat, make sure lift your chest off the mat and give yourself enough room between your ears and your shoulders. And just continue to windshield wipe. One more time. We'll stop here at neutral and we'll go down all the way down to the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Gonna take the arms up ahead. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Continue to breathe in as you take your arms up ahead. And breathe out as you're bringing towards your body. You can probably hear my child in the background. If you can't, I guess that's fine too. One more time, breathing in, up ahead. Breathing out all the way down. Bring your feet closer to your butt. Let your knees knock in together. I should have said too, your feet will widen a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, and then let your knees knock in together. Just place your hands on your belly. Deep inhale. Exhale. Next time you exhale, make it audible, not forceful to where you want to be loud, just enough that you can hear your own breath as it leaves your body. You're breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Separating the knees. Go ahead and lift one leg at a time, clasping relaxing behind your legs here and straightening those legs as straight as you can without any discomfort. As you exhale, bending them back towards your bottom. Inhale, straightening the legs. Exhale, bending the legs. Continue to do so for a few more breaths. Inhale and exhale. If at any time you feel lightheaded or any sort of discomfort, I do ask that you stop and rest until you feel okay. Bringing the feet back to the mat. We're going to roll to our left side. And go through a fetal position here. Just a little visit here in fetal pose. Your left arm will tuck under your left ear as a temporary pillow. If this is not comfortable enough for you, you can use your blanket or your towel as additional support. That way you can have enough room in between your neck and your shoulder. And very simple, we're going to do, it's going to lift that knee up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop it back down to the floor towards your other knee. Breathing in, it comes up. Breathing out, it comes down. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. Extending that right leg, projecting it towards the wall. Inhale, lifting the leg. Exhale, dropping it down. You can touch the floor or just hover over. Just depends on your energy level. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, couple more times. Removing your prop from under your ear here, lifting up to a seated pose. Swing your legs to the opposite side and gently lower yourself down to the mat. Don't forget to bring your pillow if you need it for the opposite side here. Dropping down, placing that right arm for support, your extra blanket if you want it. Inhale, opening up that knee to the sky, to the roof. Dropping it down and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can use your left hand for support here if you're wobbling a lot. Exhale. Inhale, lifting that knee. Exhale, dropping the knee. Straightening out that leg towards the, in my case it's windows. Inhale, lifting the leg. Exhale, dropping it down. Hover or touch the floor, it's up to you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover or drop. Breathing it in. Breathing it out. Breathing it in. Breathing it out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Keeping the energy level at your comfort. Do not overdo it. You need all the energy you have to make that baby. One more time. Dropping that leg, bending it over back to fetal pose. Remove the prop you may have. Flipping over. We'll meet in tabletop. Very gently. Exhale, sitting onto your heels. Dropping the forehead to the mat. Inhale, coming all the way back up the tabletop. Exhale, sitting back down to your heels. Now, real quick, if you're at the tail end of your first trimester and you are already starting to show a belly and you're not comfortable putting pressure on it any longer, widen out those knees. They're going to be about the width of mat, so that way you create the space you need for that already showing belly. We'll come back up, we'll follow up here, tabletop. So if you need the additional space, you've got a wider tabletop here on the lower body. As you exhale, your toes probably want to touch naturally. Just watch and see what your body needs that day. Exhale, sitting back down onto those heels. Inhale, back up to tabletop. Exhale, back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale all the way down, placing that forehead on your mat. Lengthening, reaching outward with those hands towards the top of your mat. I'm going to place my right ear on the mat just so I can keep talking to you, but you can keep your forehead on the mat. Maybe roll your forehead in a yes, no, and a yes, no, and a no motion from left to right. And give your forehead a massage here. And just rest. We're going to walk our hands towards the left side of the mat. You should be feeling this very gentle stretch on the right side of your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your time. Make your way to the other side, to the right side of your mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Relax your facial muscles, your neck. Your next exhale, come back to neutral. Breathing in, breathing out. Take your time. Come back up to a seated pose. You're sitting back down on your heels. Now I'm going to show you how to set up for a Shavasana that you can use throughout your entire pregnancy, even at the very last tail end of it in your 3rd trimester. It's very simple. This is where all the props come in handy. So the first 2 things that we're going to set up are the blocks. The first block will be set up at its highest in a vertical position. The second is at its lowest in a horizontal position. Third prop is your blanket or bolster. My goodness, I cannot keep my dogs away from anything in this house. Anyway, that third prop, we will place our pillow or our bolster here on the 2 blocks that we have set up. And as you can see, this is starting to look like a reclined chair, and that is exactly what we're going to use it for, and it's going to feel amazing, you guys. I also highly recommend that you have a little peppermint oil or some lavender essential oil, and you can just dab a tiny little drop on your hand and put them in some pressure points like the inside of your wrist, maybe right behind your ears, behind your earlobe right there. Very little. Essential oils can be overpowering, so just be really careful with that. The last prop that we're going to set up, you could also have a diffuser going actually with your favorite essential oil. When I go back and edit the video, I'll make sure to mention that in the beginning, not at the end. The very last prop we're going to use is your blanket or towel, rolling it up into a comfortable, kind of like another bolster, a very small bolster. And so you will position yourself seated right off of that pillow or bolster. Before you lay back down, slide that blanket under where your knees are going to be and kind of measure where they're going to go, so you can start straightening them back to the end of your mat, and make sure they fall right under the crease of your knees or the pit of your knees. And then slowly place your hands behind you and start to lean back. You might find that you need to adjust a little bit, so So I'm pretty short and I tend to slide and wiggle around my mat. So I know I'm gonna have to scoot a little. I think I might have up. Yeah, there you go. And then slowly let yourself come down onto your props. This is where you want to relax. If you get chilly very easily doing Shavasana, you can grab another blanket that you may have laying around, like a cozy, fluffy, soft blanket, and just lay it over you as you begin to relax. This is also a good time if you want to play some soothing music, you can do so. Another variation of this pose can be with your legs at a slight butterfly position. So basically what I did, we would go from straight legs to bringing them closer to your bottom and then widening out those knees, letting them drop out, and your feet are touching as if they were in the palms of your feet. The soles of your feet will touch, and then you'll splay them out. Finally, placing your hands on the mat, palms are up, facing the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pregnancy is such a wonderful, scary, empowering, humbling journey, and everybody's journey is very unique, very different. It might bring different emotions. You might experience feelings and sensations that you've never experienced before. And it's all part of being a human. Just when you think you're done learning or you've given as much as you could possibly give, somehow there's still room for more. You can stay in Shavasana using all your props as long as you want. Enjoy this time for yourself, and I will see you in a few months or maybe just a little bit for the part 2. Hopefully I can have them all set up and loaded for you guys so you can just know that they're there for you and that your resources are available when you're ready. In the meantime, just stay in Shavasana, and I wish you the best, happiest journey in your pregnancy. Namaste.